Hello, we are going to be working with images. Let me just comment images. Now the image tag is the img tag. Img. Now the tag has an attribute, and that is the source attribute. The source tells us where to get our image from to display. So we're going to go onto the internet and look for an image to download an image to display. So I'll just click my web browser, then type sample images. Let me search for sample images. Okay, I think I'll like this one. I'll pick this sample image. I'll just right click, save image as. I'm going to save the image in the folder where I have my HTML file. That is on the desktop, the folder intro class. So I think I'm in that folder already. It's my desktop. I'll just change the name to sample.jpg. Sample.jpg. So I'll click save. So it's in the folder. Okay. So in my source, I'll write sample.jpg. Sample.jpg. So let me refresh, save, and then refresh to see what I have. Okay, so the image appears here as sample. So this is my sample image, sample.jpg. So that is how to load an image onto your web page. Now, the image tag also has a width attribute. So let's say the width, let's say it's 500 pixels. Let's save and then reload. Okay, so it has resized it to 500 pixels. But the height is, it just scales up automatically. The height is auto. So when you change the width, the height changes automatically to the same height. Now you notice the last button we type, that's the click me button, and the image, they are on the same line. That's because the image tag is it's an inline element, just like the button tag. So it doesn't start on a new line. But we want it to go on the next line. So we want to put the break tag, BR tag, after the button tag to make the image come to the next line. So here I'll put the BR tag, then save. So refresh. So it comes to the next line. Now, if you want to, you can also give it a height attribute. If you give it a height, let's say height let's say 150 pixels. And that will distort the image. So let's save and view what we have. So it distorts the image. The height is 500 pixels, the width is 500 pixels, and the height is 150 pixels. But I don't want to distort the image. I just want, so I'll remove the height attribute so it scales up. So let's save, then view, refresh. So that's our image. Now, one other attribute we are going to look at is, okay, before we look at the other attribute, let's look at that's location where we save these images. This image is able to open up straight away when I just tap with sample.jpg on the source attribute, because this is in the same folder with the HTML document. But if I create a different folder, which is normally done in websites, let me create a new folder here. Then that folder, I just call it images. In most cases, websites that have lots of images, they put all their images on one folder. So I'll transfer this sample.jpg into the image folder. So it's now in the images folder. Open it, it's there. Now, would I still be able to see this image if I save and refresh? Let's refresh. I don't see the image anymore because the location is wrong. So if I still want to see this image, access the image, I have to put the folder name in front, then a forward slash. The folder was images, then forward slash. So I save that, and then let me refresh. So that my image is back. Now, one other thing I'll introduce you to is as the alt attribute. The alt attribute is there to display a text just in case the image cannot be found. The text is to show you what the image is about. So in my alt attribute, I'll just say a bird. A bird. Okay, let's save. Okay, so if I change location of this image, for example, so that we cannot find it, or let me just change the name of the JPEG file. I'll just call it sample1.jpg, and then I save. Okay, if I refresh, I don't see the image, but just in front of the icon where the image is supposed to be, I have a bird. That shows you that what's supposed to be there is an image of a bird. So that's the use of the alt attribute. Okay, let me remove this. So it goes back to its previous state. I refresh. So my image is back. Another thing I'll introduce you to is quotations. There are three types of quotations in HTML. These are block quotes, abbreviation, and cites. We start with block quotes. So we have a block quotes, block quotes, and block quotes. Then the block quote takes one more attribute. That's the site attribute. The site attribute tells us where the block quote is coming from, where the quotation is coming from. So here inside the site attribute, I will type www.ahante.com.ng. Now between the opening and closing block quotes, I'll just put a lorem ipsum text, just represent the quote, lorem and tab. So that's my block quote. Okay. So let's save and see what it appears like in the browser. Okay, so that's the block quote. So you see it's indented and pushed to the right a little bit. That's block quote. Then another one I'll talk about is the ABBR tag. That's the abbreviation tag. We'll create a paragraph, a P tag, then NP tag. Then inside the P tag, we'll write, let's put a text, let's say the www is awesome. No, www stands for World Wide Web. So if I want to show the full meaning of www, but only when the cursor moves over it, I'll use the abbreviation tag, ABBR tag. So in front of www, I'll write ABBR. Then here I'll end the ABBR. Now inside the opening ABBR tag, I'll type a title. Then here I'll write World Wide Web. Okay, let's save and then refresh our browser. So here it said the www is awesome. Let me take the cursor over it. So it says World Wide Web. World Wide Web. So if you have some some words that are abbreviated and you want to users to know the full meaning, but you don't want to put the full meaning of those words, you can use the ABBR tag. So that when the user takes his cursor over it, the full meaning will appear. Now the last quote we'll look at is the site tag. Take for example, we'll put that in the P tag, P, create a paragraph tag. Then inside, here I'll just write introduction to HTML by Deajita Hanti. So I can replace this with site tag. In front of introduction, I typed SIT site. Then I have to end it after the L. Close, then Site. Okay, Introduction to HTML by Diaji Sante. Introduction to HTML is enclosed in the site tag. Let's see how this will appear on the browser. Okay, see, Introduction to HTML is shown italic. Then the others are normal text. So that's what the site tag does. Okay, so we covered the basics, basic tags in HTML. So the next section, we'll look at how we can create, structure a web page using most of the things we've learned here. Thank you.